A woman who grew up in Arvada believes she is another victim of contamination from Rocky Flats. She joins a long list of people who claim their health problems can be traced to the former nuclear weapons facility. And these aren't only people who live close to the plant north of Golden. I want to show you a map that shows the area of concern. It includes tens of thousands of people who were downwind of the plant in Boulder and Jefferson counties, including Broomfield, Westminster, and Arvada. Our Jeff Todd has been reporting on this issue for years. He's at Arvada West High School tonight. Jeff, people who went to school there are among the many people who are worried.
When Stephanie Thayer was first diagnosed with a brain tumor, she didn't think much about it, but recently she started hearing about classmates and peers who graduated in the 1980s from right here at Arvada West High School who also had brain tumors. She doesn't think it's a coincidence. It's one of the reasons that she signed up and took part in a community survey.
It was very localized, and it just stayed like that.
Stephanie Thayer lived for 19 years with a small tumor in her brain until last October.
When I saw the differences in the MRI, it's huge, and it's grown so much that they can't operate on it.
When she left a recent doctor's appointment, she went home and started researching. She's lived in Arvada since the early 80s, and she thinks her tumor is from one place.
I believe this came from Rocky Flats.
The nuclear weapon facility was shut down in 1989, but as recently as last summer, plutonium was found off of the plant site.
And I just want to raise awareness about people that live around it, and I'm surprised how many people I talk to that don't even know what Rocky Flats is or was.
She took the Rocky Flats Downwinders Community Survey. Preliminary results in 2016 showed higher levels of rare cancers northwest of Denver. A second, more in-depth version of the study launched just a few days ago.
At this point, we're really just collecting the information because we know that the CDPHE is not.
The new survey expands to include Broomfield and Superior and also looks beyond cancers.
To determine if there was high rates of autoimmune diseases, birth defects, reproductive issues, tumors, anything else.
Let's find out what's wrong, and let's put the information together and find out if it's still a threat, and how much of a threat it is.
The state says there is no higher risk or result of cancer for people who live in this area. And some critics of that survey say that it's not scientific and it doesn't prove much. But that didn't stop 5,000 people from taking the first survey. Those people and anyone else is encouraged to take this new expanded survey. We've got a link to it on CBSDenver.com. We're live in Arvada tonight. Jeff Todd covering Colorado First.